encouraging all young people to come make we talk up. Upon Talk Up Radio. Go on with it, youths. Talk up youth. Myself a talk up youth.
Mastermind. Yeah. Yo, me pray every time I feel can't do no different. Swear me half a win. That's why I'ma try again. Pray every time I feel, cause God always a listen. One day I have to win. That's why I'ma try again. Send me working hard while I'm still struggling. Minimum wage can't cover my bills. Somebody tell me how I'm gonna live. Me might complain but me not giving. I'll do it now, sure. Only me and God know how my day go. But when me have to make a bad drive out of town, I'm pretty home, I want to cut the place undone. Yes, me, Tanisha first daughter. When me just start, me used to hear be a laughter. But you me know say a time are the master. And everything I say I'm going do me, I go after. You see the free, that's why every day my OD. Just I get a girl from the east with a dream. I shoot for the top and me go bring you whole team. Every time I feel, can't do no different. Swear we have a way, that's why we're trying. Every time I feel, cause God always a listen. They I have to sin, that's why we try again. Nowadays me just want balance my mental enough. Must stop tell myself say I don't good enough. I know like say I just know life are rough. Me for keep on pushing and don't ease up. But even when I try stay out the way, crosses them want see my break. Them not gonna live for see the day. Yo, I been through enough, so please follow me. Can't turn to nobody when me get hungry. The blessings alone me want surround me. That's why me pray every time I feel can't do no different. One day I have to win. That's why I'ma try again. Pray every time I feel can't do no different. Swear my half a win. That's why I'ma try again. Shoot as il pull me. We have to try again, cause we have to win. We have to try again, cause we have to win. East side of a win, them can't stop a thing. Yeah, came up massive, yeah. Twinkle.
This is Nikisha Barnes representing for Talk Up Radio, a Talk Up Youth production held every Saturday 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Talk Up Youth, myself, Talk Up Youth.
Chimney, new government, give thanks. Sing it. You know, every day, realest thing here in our world, brother. We give thanks. For real. You spend all that money on your watch. How much time you spend with your son? So much money in the club. How much you spend with the ones you love? The simple things are your blessings. Simple things, them are your blessings, your blessing. Simple things are your blessing. And you don't notice your blessings. You pick it with the shoes by your feet. Now pick and choose the friends where you keep. You now watch where you eat. When last you get a good sleep. The simple things are your blessings. Simple things are your blessing, your blessing. Simple things are your blessing. You better notice your blessing. Sing it. Simplicity we use to survive. Many find it difficult because them ignorant and I. One alone they get in, I go live another life. Telling them again but I know in another device. Life, no get chance too often. Cut out some of the sadness and invest in a laughing. Time you take a stress, lifetime passing. Tell them say you love them for you see them in a coffin. Let me tell you this. Good days, bad days, you know say you win up. Me woulda trade house and car and shed up. Just forget 1 more minute with my brother. So you get up, spend time together. Cherish every second of the day when you're there up. Gotta tell you, that you're the close man yesterday. You put an angel over me. The simple things are your blessings. Simple things, them are your blessings, your blessings. Simple things are your blessing. And you don't notice your blessings. The simple things are your blessings. Simple things, them are your blessing, your blessing. Simple things, them are your blessing. notice your blessings. We've got life, so let's live. You make the time to chase the paper. When last you say your prayer. We've got life, so let's live. And while you're worshiping your treasure, remember nothing lasts forever. The simple things are your blessings. Simple things, them are your blessings, your blessings. Simple things, them are your blessings. You better notice your blessings. The simple things, them are your blessings. Simple things, them are your blessings, your blessings. Simple things, them are your blessings. You better notice your blessings. Simple things, oh the simple things. Health and strength, oh the simple things. Let me tell you about the simple things. Family and friends, I know simple things.
Talk up youths. Hey. Oh yeah, boy. Listen. Right about now, we want to tell them. We tell them, say youths, you have to stand for your rights now. Now is the time. Youth for chat and youth for act and youths for unite right now. No silence, you youth. You have to stand for your rights now. Now is the time.
Tell the people.
Welcome. Why? Hey. Chronics, left, right. Just how just I come. Left, right. Better. Ooh, yeah. Ah, boy. And them say, here comes trouble, here comes the danger. Sent by the Savior, welcome the Rasta youths. I start recruit soldiers for Selassie army. Ay. Here comes trouble, here comes the danger. Welcome the Savior, welcome the Rasta youths. You're not for axes who at the general issue in a warning. Job people them a ball, said them tired of mediocre. Evil a go fall when we tried in Ethiopia. Believing from down, cause them life not easy boat. Even Bantan said it's not an easy road. Operation occupy the motherland, calling all soldiers to kind each other along. From creation, he writing a job plan, but Chronics can't do it alone. So I'm recruiting soldiers coming from near and far. I choose executing Selassie I works and the Rastafari true. And them say here comes trouble, here comes the danger. Sent by the Savior, welcome the Rasta youths. I'm gonna start recruit soldiers for Selassie I army. Ay. Here comes trouble, here comes the danger. Welcome the Savior, welcome the Rasta youths. You're not for axes who are the general issue in a warning boy. Waving the banner red, green and gold. It is such an honor prophecies unfold. Discovered on stones, on trees and scroll. And even in the stories that Jesus told. Whoa. Rasta youth must inherit the earth. Can't sit down, Jaja send me for work. Bring the fire in a room, Jaja send me for purge. But I can't do it alone. Rasta recruiting soldiers coming from near and far. I choose executing Selassie I works and be Rastafari choose. Here comes trouble, here comes the danger. Sent by the Savior, welcome the Rasta youth. I start recruit soldiers for Selassie I army. Ay. Here comes trouble, here comes the danger. Welcome the Savior, welcome the Rasta youth. You're not for axes who are the general issue in a warning. Ay. Left or right, the soldiers are come. Left, right, the soldiers are come. Ay. Could I never throw it down, no boy. Yeah, I will say left, right, the soldiers are come. Left, right, the soldiers are come. Left, right, the soldiers are marching on, boy. I'm say, here comes trouble, my friend, and here comes danger.
Talk up youth and talk the truth. I ask the bush that representing for Talk Up Youths. Here and nationwide, 90 FM, every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Bush!
And greatness.
But that's why everybody knows, say, yo, I truly appreciate that the love when I get done. See, for the pagans, them, I don't business with them, bro. I've my own rapid life for pens, love. Land lease on me, I go get the fence round. Drop a canteen up on it, make sense, down. For eyeglass for drink or ends out. I put a truck on the road and went down. I broke tell the beggars to me spend down. Asia good when the bush lads step down. I said so over high dog, them name free. True contribution to MHD. So me can qualify for your loan. Use that money and purchase a home. My plan surpass A, B, and C. My granny old shop turn Airbnb. Foundation set grandbabies, grandfees. Make money while me sleep, man me show you how me do it. Me go build a full book. Pack a skill and burn some gold book. Yeah, go coach and go take a loan out. So put a vaccine on the road, bro. Myself me a hold to. Yeah, because me supposed to. Yeah, so can't get me left alone, bro. Road not been dropped, road down. See them with prayer all until them cry and all. Build up a cup and get some layer fall. Circle every small business with their tone. Selling liquid eggs or just tray alone. $250,000 when me make Monday alone. Mutton beer than beef 1K alone. Use bills by accessories on AliExpress. Every girl and them gonna get touched. Badness outdated, me finger me spinners. Don't have me meat, but yeah me sell the yard. I try multiply on the liquor when me have. Walk and sell clothes if me can't find a job. Me used to have a matic in me one strap back. Phone confiscate and laptop grab. Police straight me shots and I got back. And then me realize I was not that bad. In a full book.
It is a beautiful morning on your radios. Nationwide 90 FM is here to ensure that you are having and blasting to a wonderful Saturday. Of course, you're listening to the number one youth radio show in Jamaica and therefore the world at large. That is the Talk Up Youth radio show. This on your radios every Saturday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Of course, that was a bit fast in a row. You know, we have to let them know that we're on your radios this and every Saturday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And you are listening to the number one youth radio show in Jamaica. That is the Talk Up Youth radio show. Of course, you're here to bring a vibes and a bag of things, as you know, all the time. And if it is that you're listening to us on the 90.3, 90.5, 90.7, 90.9 FM band, did you play or flow? We are glad to have you this morning. I am Nicholas Williamson and along
Damien. Let me introduce myself.
Okay, well,
people.
Okay.
This is the producer boss, Damien Rose.
Yes, and the thing is, people, I know you probably haven't seen his face in a while on this end, so we're going to have a catch up with him soon because we need to know what's been happening with him because, of course, he looks really different. Wow. I think everybody be saying, "Oh, John was star long time when I see this brother." I know. But guess what, guys? As you know, it's always a vibe and a bag of things all the time. You know, ensuring that you are heard and listened to, and aside from that, ensuring that you are well educated and informed. And today's show is nothing different. Of course, we are talking today about youth empowered or empowered voices. The show we're going to dive into some real conversations that matter most to you. In this episode, we're talking about something that affects us all. I believe, Rose. You know, either directly or indirectly. Substance abuse is one of those things, of course, that needs to be spoken about. So joining me are passionate young leaders and advocates who are working to make a difference in their communities. Of course, we'll explore the facts and the myths and the stories that can help us better understand the complex issue, of course, of substance abuse. Now, Rose, what one of the show later today?
Well, coming up in the show, our Youth for Chat segment, we have Nathan Morris, a Jamaican, a local, and Mr. Mendoza from Guatemala.
Yeah.
Just recently, they both represented their countries at the United Nations Office on Drug and Crime. Not familiar with that one right there.
Right.
So the Youth Forum in Austria, as youth ambassadors, they are leading the charge for empowering the voices of those who are struggling, bringing in measures to hope and entertainment.
Right, and that sounds good.
Yeah,
I feel like it's going to be like a whole conversation, and I've always been passionate about the conversations surrounding substance abuse, and I'm happy that we have young people, young leaders who are represented in this capacity. We're going to speak to today, you know, to kind of let us feel like, you know, we know what this thing, you know? Yeah, that's it, right there. But we're going later in this broadcast, we're going to talk about, of course, or highlight in this segment that is the Artist Spotlight.
highlight, and that is the Bust Youth segment, where our guest this week is recording artist Jaden Chambers, aka the creative outlaw who merges traditions with innovation. And of course, you know, you can hop onto our YouTube and vibe with us here, there, and again, we're here until 1 p.m. So a lot more included, of course, on our social media highlights. So there's just a whole show planned for you today. So of course, you can listen to us on the Talk Up Youth Radio Show here online at nationwideradiojm.com, or get the Nationwide app in your relevant app store. You can also watch it on YouTube all the time. Pick up yourself, YouTube people, at Nationwide 90 FM. Keep it locked and loaded to a station that you can trust. We're going to run to a quick break, and when we return, more conversations here on this side of Talk Up Youth. We soon come back. Talk Up Youth, myself.
Talk Up Youth.
All right, Rose, yeah. We're going to have to work on a lot of things today, but we soon come back. Talk Up Youth.
My granny old shop turn Airbnb. Foundation set grandbabies grand fees. Make money while me sleep. Let me show you how me do it. Me go build a full book. Pack a skill and burn some gold book. Yeah, go coach and go take a loan out. So put a vaccine on the road. Talk Up Youth and talk the truth. I asked the bush that representing for Talk Up Youths here and Nationwide 90 FM every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Bush.
Hiring is tough. You spend weeks, maybe months searching but still can't find the right fit. And even when you do, onboarding, payroll, and benefits become another headache. Stop wasting time. Let Talent Box Caribbean do the work at a fraction of the cost. From sourcing to interviewing, we do it all. Don't settle for the wrong hire. Schedule your strategy call today. Call 876-960-0066 or visit www.talentboxcaribbean.com. Talent Box Caribbean, connection made easy.
Hop into action this Easter with a loan from Chris and Charles. Borrow $575,000 or more with payments starting at just $12,595. Whether you're renovating, consolidating debt, or investing in your future, we've got you covered with fast processing, unbeatable rates, and exceptional service. Better hurry. Just like Easter buns, this offer won't last. Call 876-926-0609 or visit chrisandcharles.com today. When you think loans, think Chris and Charles.
Share in the experience at Fontana Pharmacy. We have a wide variety of items in store just for you. Fill your prescriptions while you shop. And senior citizens enjoy 10% off. Shop household, cosmetics, toys, and many other departments. We also offer curbside pickup and delivery. Visit our website at fontanapharmacy.com. Fontana Pharmacy, where it's all good inside.
Who shops at Creative Building Finishes? You, the homeowner who creates luxurious spaces with our floor and wall tiles. The contractor and builder who are convinced that our ceramic tiles are right for the job. The architect and designer who make dreams come true with our wood look and porcelain tiles. Superior customer service, knowledgeable staff, inviting showroom, and you get where this is going, right? Shop 5 Red Hills Road or call 876-929-5553. Get tiles, get Creative Building Finishes.
Looking for unique furnishings for your home or apartment? Modern Woodcraft offers custom-built pieces for your bedroom, living and dining room, and entrance tables. Choose your preferred color or supply your own fabric for a personalized touch. We also build custom kitchen and bathroom cupboards as well as house doors. Visit us at our new location, 88 Malines Road, Kingston 10, opposite Sundown Crescent. Call 876-620-7460 or 876-565-2162. Modern Woodcraft, making your home look better for less.
Upgrade your home or business with Cameron Industries and Joinery Limited. Explore a range of termite-resistant plywood, quartz, solid surface, and granite. Experience timeless elegance with our cedar doors, crafted from premium cedar stock, kiln-dried for durability and beauty. For quality and craftsmanship, visit us at the Trade Center Kingston 10 or Hatfield Mandeville. Call 876-963-0628-30. Cameron Industries and Joinery Limited. Transform your space today.
Open an account with the Insurance Employees Cooperative Credit Union today and enjoy attractive savings products and affordable loans with low rates and minimal fees. Membership is open to employees and clients of insurance companies, building societies, and financial service entities. Visit ieccu.com or call 876-906-5362 in Kingston or 876-979-6516 in Montego Bay. The Insurance Employees Cooperative Credit Union, a union of possibilities.
Education is the key for betterment in this modern time, Education is the key for betterment. Never you waste your time, don't you waste your time. Bless and love. This is Warrior King. It's all about talk up youth, you know. Because the youth them are the future. Saturday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Keep in tune, don't move the dial.
One bag of chanting, firm and planted, blessing us to flow like fountain. This morning, one bag of chanting, morning. Me have breath, what me for worry about? Many things me can do without. Anything me want, Jaja make it start out. I feel work, sun a shine till the place dark out. Wouldn't call out. What the fuck them a talk about? Hungriness, me nah look. Me tell my friends them all about higher life. Get a wine, carry drive, dollar sign.
Alright, welcome back to the Talk With Radio Show right here, Nationwide 90 FM. And of course, we promised vibes and a bag of things earlier. You know, we have been out in the scene for a while, you know. So you have to give us a bit of grace. But of course, you know, where we are is, of course, education. And where we are is information. And where we are, of course, is just, you know, the feeling of, you know, that wholesomeness today, Rose. And before, you know, we promised the people to let them know what has been happening with producer boss, a.k.a. Damian Rose, or Damian Rose, aka producer boss, in other words. You know, as well, I know you're engineer boss. Pick up your mind, no? Well, so him say my producer boss when he come on the show a while ago, you know. So you have to fix it, cause before he was engineer boss, you know, but now he's producer boss. So I don't know if it came with a bit of rank or status, David, you know, or a little promotion or something along the line. But let them know what's been happening with you, producer boss.
I think the reason why the producer boss, you know, might have slipped out is because people, for the past few months, I have been taking on the role of producer.
Okay.
For this show as well. So, you know, that little role thing kind of came onto me, but I'm an engineer boss. Sorry, I shouldn't admit that.
Hola, you see, you brought back to your roots, David.
Yeah, I'm so glad my engineer over there would have brought me back to my roots and let me know that, hey, this is what you are, you know, this is the true Damian, this is the true, you know.
Not the true Damian, that is wild. But yeah, it's good to see you, and it's good to be in the scene with you, because I remember from a taller time we were, you know.
This would have been the OG team.
This was the OG team, the team to be, you know what it was. But no, nonetheless, Rose, of course, you're going to go into a segment now, going back to the conversation.
Definitely.
For today's show, you know, real substance abuse. But Rose is going to, you know, have a bit of conversation surrounding, you know, a particular thing. So let us know how this will go, Rose.
Okay, so definitely, this is our What Say You segment, and for this segment, we'll be basically putting ourselves in that scenario that I wish upon no one. In terms of how you would have to handle a person or a friend that is probably venturing on that path. So I'm gonna pitch scenarios to you, and we're just gonna try and discuss them and see how best we can work on it. We're gonna have the experts, you know, but just roughly maybe us and the audience.
Okay, just think. So in this situation, in this scenario, we are the average, reasonable person.
And see how we can actually reason ourselves.
So this is how the reasonable, but we are think like today. You know them ways. So of course, no bashing.
We're no experts. Take all of our suggestions with a grain of salt.
Thank you very much. The experts will come later. But go ahead, Rose.
Okay, so scenario 1. This one is titled Supporting a Friend.
Okay,
so imagine you're hanging out with your friends and one of them mentions that they're struggling with substance abuse. What would you say to them and how would you support them? Let's tackle it individually first of all. They say that to you. What's your first reaction?
I'll be like, oh boy.
You can't say that. You can't.
I'll be like,
you can't say
what Bungie? Really? I'll probably be like, oh really?
Yes.
That was my first
I think
thing.
you have to be like very supportive and so you don't scare them.
You know, what would have led to this? Probably ask the question, you know, what would have led to this? And try to get a feel of, you know, what would have led to it. While also being compassionate towards the person. I think that probably can add a bit of flair to just to soften whatever it is that they were expecting from you. I think that's how I'll handle it, but it's just not limited to that either. I feel like if I was thrusted in the situation differently, then it would be completely different. You know them ways?
Okay. So that's the whole you would. No, sorry. That's what you would say to them.
Yes, in the beginning. So
that's what you say to them initially, right? Step by step.
So what would you say to them?
Boy, I don't think I'm the most compassionate person as you are in terms of things like this. So I feel like I really just want to know more.
Okay.
Especially if it's a friend that I wouldn't expect that from. I'd want to know more. I'd be like, tell me more about you. Tell me like the struggles. Tell me what I did on this path. So that's away from the supporting. Supporting a different thing. But initially, I'd want to know more. I'd be curious. So much curious.
But David said big money bigger than this. That's what he would say. Yeah. Big money bigger than this. You know, struggle. I mean, I feel like when you say it like that, no, David, I don't know. I feel like this. It
depends on the friend because some people go through substance abuse for things like depression. So you can't just say big money behind this like that.
Yeah, because I'd have to know.
It's not always just addiction and just like that feeling or that addiction to like the happiness of it. Sometimes they're actually depressed. Sometimes they're really struggling. Sometimes that they needed it. Sometimes they're even prescribed these drugs and then they just avalanche after that.
Okay.
So you can't just say big money behind this like that. Sometimes these drugs are we don't really as non-drug users, we don't really know the extent to which this addiction or this drug problem can actually have on them. We don't know that reach. So we can't necessarily just say big money and this like that.
Okay. I see that much happening, but also I feel like if I was in like one of those conversations, I, as we would have rightfully said before, try to find out much more about it. What's happening here, where the underlying issue came from, what are the underlying, or just not even underlying, but more so the causes to why it would have led to you, taking part in such actions. But that's just the average start from us here, the non-experts, but just how we'll handle it in
Let's
a setting.
get to the second half of it though.
Okay.
How would you support them? When you get like 2 days to sit down and think about it, my friend told me about this. How would you actually go about supporting them now?
I'd see how best I can try to find somebody to help them.
So you wouldn't take on the role?
I don't think personally I can even take on the role. I am dunce on the matter. I don't have much sense on the matter. But that's what I'm saying. So that is why, as a good friend,
you're going to send them to somebody else?
I'd probably say, try and find out, or just talk to each other, find a better way to work this out. What's the way forward? Because you can't just say, oh, go here, go there, or then again, you probably just can't just say anything then and there too. If it is that the person is willing to work on such, find out where the person is too, because sometimes persons are not willing to work on it. So find out, meet them where they are, in a sense. Or if it's that you meet them and them they're right, so you probably have to help them reach over here. So so I think the best thing to always do is to seek help from somebody who actually can help.
I think that's also
so for me personally, I don't think I probably could help. I probably could say, Jano, I feel like we probably could try this or look to here to help or encourage in some way. That's how I probably take it on. You know them ways? But in detail now,
you're not the best at it.
I'm not the best. I'm not the best. Nor am I judgmental in any possible way. I just feel like I'd be that friend to say, all right, G, this is happening. All right, what can we do to help
and I really
get through this and fix this? Yes. So it's more so a place of operating from. How can we ensure that you're at your best? How about you?
Again, and I'm not an expert as well, I would agree with Nicholas with getting help. I think that's the main and best thing. But for me as an individual, I feel like I'd go about it a bit more bluntly, depending on the person. So
how
if the person is more logical, I could maybe...
how bluntly would you go? Answer the question.
I would probably... It depends on the joke as well. Probably like get a chart and be like, listen to me, these are the debt tolls for that joke. This is your end goal here. This is what you will, eventually be led down if you continue on this path. Okay. I feel like on a more compassionate side, I would try maybe replacing it. Because sometimes, as you mentioned, it could be depression. So sometimes it's like they never had that one friend to carry them or things like that.
That's
so be like, okay, you know what? Instead of smoking today, let's go for a walk. Let's try the gym. Let's try eating healthy. Let's try yoga. Let's watch a movie together. Especially because that drug epidemic is so rampant in men. And emotion gets like tied with drugs a lot. Sometimes all I need is a hug. Something like that. So I feel like it depends on the person. Sometimes emotion won't work on them. You need the logic, you need the actual hard, cold facts. Kidney cancer, things like that, to scare them out.
Oh boy!
Sometimes they need that logic, and then sometimes they need them more compassionate. So I feel like depending on the person, I would kind of graduate.
But that's what I'm saying, though, Rose, because persons might say, okay, You know, they know all of what is happening because, for Christ's sakes, it's on the cigarette packet to see what it does to people. You know, it tells you, it's a whole disclaimer of what these drugs does to you. You know it. But of course, as you would have rightfully said before too, the person might be between a rock and a hard place. You know, they're struggling with this, they're struggling with that. And believe it or not, their situation is clouding their judgment. They are not thinking logically about this matter, and even when presented with the facts, it's on the box. When they presented with these facts,
I think the cigarette box thing would have mostly worked on the initial thing, but you know how black people are. Them not black people, you know how humans are. You know? Let me check that statement.
Okay.
Your mother say, "Don't go into the pot."
You're going to the pot.
Oh, the pay mine is going into the pot. More ask you another pot.
Oh boy.
And I think that'll lead to our next scenario. Actually, let's move on to the next scenario. This next one is entitled peer pressure.
Yes, sir.
I think this peer pressure one is going to be...
Okay, let me read the scenario. So imagine you're in a situation where you're being pressured to try substances. You know, I'll not list out the substances, but substances in general. What would you say to a person pressuring you, and how would you handle the situation? Hey, listen to me, boss man. I'm not about that. Hey, listen, I'm not about that. That is not for me. Or just be more adamant. Be like, listen, I do not engage in such activity, nor will I ever encourage anybody to, of course, be a part of any such activity. You know how much people dead from these activities? This can kill you, you know. You know, I feel like I'd be so adamant and so, I'd say, you know, which word I can use? Militant in my stance, that anybody else who might seek to approach, or even if it crosses their mind to approach, they know that, okay, this is not, Nicholas is not that person.
You are a very strong-willed individual.
Yeah, I am.
He's a liar, guys.
I'm not about that life, because for me personally, I'm not belittling anybody's situation at all, because of course I know persons go through different things and different phases in life. But for me personally, I don't think it's beneficial at all to add any sort of, where you put it now, any sort of other problem to that situation.
Let me get you out of your comfort zone now. We know that you're a strong militant person. Let's say it's someone, because then right now, the scenario is that a friend is the one telling you that they're being peer pressured, right? Let's say it's someone that isn't as strong-willed. Let me give an example. Let's say it's a girl. I don't want to do anything. But let's say it's a girl, and you know, she likes the guy a lot, and the guy is an avid smoker, and she's telling you as her confidant, hey, you know, I like this guy, you know, but he wants me to smoke with him, wants me to, you know, try these drugs with him, do all these mushrooms and
but
all
you don't like the thing.
She doesn't want to do the drugs. She likes the guy. She doesn't want to.
But the thing is, if the guy and the drugs come together, you have to do it with the guy too.
You can't just tell the guy.
Because listen to me, you know.
It's the love of her life. It's the Bridgerton story.
It's not the Bridgerton story. Let me tell you this straight. You see, if it is that somebody is going against, because there's this balance. Who you talk to, who you keep friends with, all them stuff matters. You know why? Because these are measuring your values. Your core values, who you are as an individual, the standard that you put yourself and hold yourself to. Now, if it is that my friend always, you know, or you like this particular person, and this person, you're going blatantly disregards your core values, or is not willing to change that much. And then again, if they change for the betterment for themselves. Yes, I feel like it's not a healthy relationship to even go into, because nobody would want to put you in a position where you'll be worse. You know them ways? I feel like if you love me or you like me enough, you should not want to put me in a position that is unhealthy, that will be bad for my health at some point in time, that will leave me in a position where I have to be considering whether, you know, am I okay at some point in time? You know, I don't think... It doesn't go in tandem with the whole argument of liking and love, or just friendship in general.
And that's what you tell to that girl. Okay, final point of
left him straight.
Find somebody better. Somebody doesn't do
but listen up. Or if it is that he's willing to be helped. You get me? I said, David, if he's willing to be helped is a whole different thing. You know what I mean? Because if it's that the person that want to help and the person that impose, and I said, take this is the way to go. That's a whole different thing.
Let me get my final point of view for it, right? Imagine now, it's less of a love scenario and more of a bullying.
Oh boy.
You're that one nerd, let me not say nerd kid. You're that one kid in class with no friends, and this is your way in. And the bullies are like, everybody else has smoke, everybody else has this. You know, why you not come to this? Belittling you, bringing you down to that standard where you feel like you're less than nothing in the class. How you handle that situation? Let's say you're a teacher and you realize what's happening. You can't suspend anybody in the class, you know. But you can see that all serious and you actually try to help.
You think we're going to be the person in the situation? Alright.
Would you even step in?
As a teacher?
Would you step in?
as the person bullying the person.
No, you're a teacher and you notice that this person is the only one that's not smoking, that's no friends, and you see them bullying him, picking on him, teasing him because he's not doing what they're doing. The paper pressure is there.
First things first, I'll applaud that student. Not in a sense of favoritism wise, but I'll applaud that student.
To boost the morale.
Because the thing is, sometimes, when you are placed on a pedestal for doing something great, it allows for you to feel much stronger in your convictions, because guess what? You are being, applauded for such. Because if it is that, he must say everybody around him do that, but him not get the applauding. Me would have make them know, say, listen, John Mark, whosoever.
But sometimes it's not even
listen,
as much
standard.
It's not a matter of them being strong enough. They're probably just fearful. They're probably just this close to breaking and doing it, but they're just fearful.
That's the thing. That's
what
what I'm saying.
Drugs. They have a little bit of sense in that.
That's the thing, no. That's the thing. Because if it is that you're not led at all to feel like what you're doing is right, because it's only when you feel like that, that's when you'll be on the cusp of trying something else. You know what I mean? Because if it is that you're strong in your convictions,
that means you
know
have
these things
as well.
Yeah, man. So I know that, listen, if I do this thing, this will be a problem. Yada, yada, yada. You know the statistics, you know all of what it is. It's a whole different scenario. It's a whole different scenario. So you know in yourself, if it's that you're on the brink of this, me bringing you as a teacher saying, reminding you that this is the correct way. This is what it is. Be like David Rose.
Classmates are not. Be like David Rose.
They are not it. Be like David Rose.
That sounds like
No. It's
teacher should be non-biased.
No, but at the end of the day, though, if it is that we are saying to our students that we don't want it to be a case, we have that National Council on Drug Abuse emphasizing these things. We have, of course, manufacturers, saying, listen to me, this is not the way to go, but they're still producing these products. You know the ways. Why not applaud? It's, of course, befitting to applaud a person who decides not to take that route or decide not to have their life go in that regard. I think it's only worth applauding.
I believe so.
Yeah, man. I feel so. Because, to each his own, but let's leave it right there. All right, so Dave, we're going to run for a break now. And when we return, of course, more on the discussion on this side about, the conversation on substance abuse. So we're still here until 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. So, of course, stick and stay. We'll soon come back. Talk up youth, myself it. Talk up youth. Soon come.
You are gonna be living like royalty. So me happy say the thing alright. Never ever happy think twice, no way. If I ever make it in a life, you are gonna be living like royalty. So me happy say the thing alright. Like royalty.
Hey. Hiring is tough. You spend weeks, maybe months searching but still can't find the right fit. And even when you do, onboarding, payroll, and benefits become another headache. Stop wasting time. Let Talent Box Caribbean do the work at a fraction of the cost. From sourcing to interviewing, we do it all. Don't settle for the wrong hire. Schedule your strategy call today. Call 876-960-0066 or visit www.talentboxcaribbean.com. Talent Box Caribbean, connection made easy.
Confidence starts early and grows with every experience. From overcoming life's challenges to enjoying new experiences, conquering your career goals, or finding your inner strength, have confidence in all you do. Confidence sanitary napkins are flexible, breathable, and super absorbent, keeping you fresh and confident throughout the day.
Confidence is you.
We've got this. Distributed by Caramid Group, Kirk FP Division.
Is your business tax compliant? At Dodge & Global, we take the stress out of tax planning, ensuring you maximize deductions and minimize liabilities. From corporate tax to VAT compliance, we've got you covered. Call 876-929-3670 or 876-926-5210. Email us at info@dodgen.global. Visit us at dodgen.global. Dodge & Global, your tax experts.
Who shops at Creative Building Finishes? You, the homeowner who creates luxurious spaces with our floor and wall tiles. The contractor and builder who are convinced that our ceramic tiles are right for the job. The architect and designer who make dreams come true with our wood look and porcelain tiles. Superior customer service, knowledgeable staff, inviting showroom, and you get where this is going, right? Shop 5 Red Hills Road or call 876-929-5553. Get tiles, get creative building finishes.
My Mega
With so much to do in one location, make Megamart your one-stop shop. Pick up your groceries and houseware needs, grab a bite and pay some bills, fill your prescriptions and see the beauty products in our pharmacy. All in one amazing location. My Megamart, the best value by far.
Stand for your rights now. Now is the time. Youth for chat and youth for act and youth for unite right now. No silence, you youth. You have to stand for your rights now. Now is the time. Tell the people.
Some days my this life, you know. But tell you nothing no easy about it. But for real, we won't quit, no. Yeah. You know. And every day I get up and feeling the same. No. Some days I feel dread. Yeah. And on a little bit of people I live by when I'm afraid I go through. It's hard when I put it on my bread. Cause no man is perfect, and we all know, and we all have days of feeling low, but I have faith that I hold on to, working hard to see that tomorrow, a better tomorrow.
Alright, welcome back to the Talk With Radio Show right here on your radios at Nationwide 90 FM. And of course, we are here in this wonderful segment because, of course, I think it's a conversation, Rose, that it needs to be had. And of course, with the young experts like those that we have on the line today and in studio today, and we're going to introduce them shortly, but it is that of behaviors, you know, that has become addictive and often robs, you know, man or woman of their great future. But, you know, with the right preventative measures, it is possible for a positive change. And that is what we are here today enforcing. You know, we're not talking about, oh, listen, you know, bashing. We're here to see how best we can conversate and bring about effective solutions where needs be. Now, we have two guests here today, Rose, who are going to lead us in those conversations or be a part of the conversation, definitely. Of course, more so as young ambassadors and leaders who are, you know, very much researched and well-read.
Actual experts.
Well-read on such issue of substance abuse. And, you know, you can introduce the first guest, please.
Okay, so firstly we have Mr. Rodolfo Mendoza. I hope I'm not butchering that name too much.
Is that correct, Nathan?
I think that's correct.
Okay, so he's an 18-year-old youth leader, singer, songwriter, and international Christian speaker from Guatemala. He has shared many regions of the country, speaking in churches and public and private schools through Skies, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, a conference tour he created. Rodolfo has also connected with thousands of young people, sharing a message of hope and healing. He addresses deep wounds such as parental divorce, rejection, addictions, drugs, pornography, insecurities, eating disorders, abuse, violence, the list goes on. Encouraging youth to face their pain and find purpose in God. Passionate about media and ministry, he also leads a bi-weekly youth group and uses social media to inspire his generation with life, faith, and vision.
Good morning, Mr. Mendoza. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing great. Thank you for having me. I'm excited for
Most,
this segment.
most definitely. And welcome to Jamaican Radio.
Yeah.
Yes,
Thank you. Thank you.
so all Jamaica is hearing you. Thank you so much for being here with us. And also we have Mr. Nathan Morris, is a passionate student leader, youth advocate, and drug prevention activist, currently attending Herbert Morrison Technical High School in Jamaica. Committed to creating positive change, he serves as a youth leader both within his school and the wider community. In 2025, Nathan proudly represented Jamaica and the National Council on Drug Abuse at the United Nations Office on Drug and Crime Youth Forum in Vienna, Austria. There, he joined like minded activists from 25 countries to explore innovative drug prevention strategies and develop impactful global solutions. Nathan continues to use his voice to empower youth and champion healthier and safer communities. Mr. Morris, how are you doing today?
Oh, awesome! Thanks
You know,
for
I was,
having me.
I was kind of balancing with calling you Nathan or Mr. Marsh because I know Nathan from National Youth Parliament,
Yes,
where
sir.
he would have spoken just the very same,
Yes,
and let the people them know, say, yeah, it's in that regard we were banging on the table so that much because of
Yeah.
course we brought about good policy considerations, and Nathan was a part of the speakers or the speaker panel at that point in time. Good morning, how you doing, man?
Great. I'm happy that I'm here. Thanks for having me, and I'm excited to speak about something I'm so passionate about this morning.
Yeah, I'm happy that you both are here today. But
Yes.
before we get into the discussion, I feel like me and Rose would have been, kind of giving
We
her a
did our
little bit of
best. We did our best.
input and just what we thought on a particular subject matter. But
Yeah.
we weren't the best of the best to deal with the matter. But we're going to pose these questions to you now, or this question to you, to ask what you'll do in this situation. But go
Okay,
ahead.
so
Rose.
this scenario goes up to both of you. All right. So imagine you're in a
Okay.
situation where you're being pressured to try substances. What would you say to the person pressuring you, and how would you handle that situation? Let's start with Nathan first.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like this is a very common situation that happens.
Yeah.
Peer pressure and this influence when it comes onto drugs is like a huge thing. But one thing that I focus on during drug prevention, something I'm passionate about, is developing social skills. So usually from a younger age, it's important when you have a child that's developed adequately when it comes on to peer selection and choosing their friend groups, learning to say no, all of that stuff. But say it's a situation where that wasn't the case. When it comes on to drugs and sometimes you may feel so compelled based on someone coming to you and say, hey, try this. I know what I would do in that situation, and I simply no, because I grew up in a household that developed those social skills. But honestly, it's important when youth know the facts on things and know what it can do, the dangers, because a lot of times that's effective. But for me, I believe that developing the social skills of youth overall is very important. So I feel like in their ability to say no and select right friends to kind of avoid these situations and
Yeah.
know what to do in those situations, I think is best.
Well, he called it a skill, Rose. I think it's a skill,
That we don't
you
have.
know, I love how he probably coined, because I call it a social value, based on just how I was raised. But I could see it being also mentioned or referred to being a skill. How about you, Mr. Mendoza?
Well, I agree with Nathan. It's something that happens really, really common, especially at this age. You go to parties, you go to a friend's house, and they will always try to pressure you into doing something that you probably don't want to. So I think for this, I would just focus on helping people, teaching them how to set boundaries. I feel like a lot of youth don't know how to do that, don't know how to set boundaries because they want to fit in so bad. They want to be cool or have friends, quote unquote friends, because that's what they're pressuring them into. Like, if you do this, then you're gonna be accepted. If you do this, then you're gonna feel better, like we're feeling, so what I mostly try to do is focus on helping people establish boundaries. Like, what is more valuable to you, the the rejection or the acceptance of this specific group of people, or your health, your well-being, your values, and everything that, like, that's gonna hurt you. So I would set boundaries.
Oh, wonderful. And I feel like it kind of goes back to what we were saying. You know, we weren't all that bad. You know, we we
somewhat
share. You know, we share the same sentiments, and I believe that is all in just the views of just the average Jamaican, of course, because I feel like this is how we were taught, how we were raised in certain situations too. Because it's just a particular, as you would have called it, a skill.
Yeah.
And for me, I'd say a value. But let's get into the nitty gritty of knowing who both of you are, because we kind of heard a bit on the bio, but we want the persons to actually hear you talk a bit about yourself. So Nathan, you can start by telling us, a bit about yourself and what inspired you to become a youth advocate and a drug prevention activist, and a drug prevention activist.
I've always loved leadership. I've always found myself doing something that had to do with speaking to people, public speaking, something of the sort. And that's been an early passion of mine.
Mm-hmm.
And when I realized that this is something I loved, like going to school, I'm a student leader. I'm currently the Sixth Form Association president at my school. And I've been head prefect, everything. And I use those opportunities to guide people, because I feel like it's the most special and precious thing when you have in your hands the ability to mold someone in some way and to positively shape someone's life. And in those situations, I found my love for activism, leadership, and even prevention. I grew up in a household that was a say no to drugs house, and it was both my parents are trained educators, so I got that structure in the house. But honestly, through that, there are some modeling from them that I would have emulated in myself over the years. But prevention is something that I really found interesting, because that's the line of work my dad works in now.
Okay.
And I just got really involved in it. And
Wonderful.
Yeah, it's been history since there.
And I love the fact that he's what, young, very very young, and he's championing this cause. Of course, I feel driven just the very same in that regard. How about you, Mr. Mendoza? Because what drew you to this field, and what experiences have shaped your perspective on substance abuse prevention?
Well, as Nathan mentioned, I also love leadership. I feel like I've always had this in my heart, where I have the dream to help a generation of youth, to guide them especially to faith, to peace. So, like 2 years ago, I started doing this school conference, which I called Cicatrices, which means scars in English.
Okay.
And as you mentioned in my bio, I basically go to different schools and churches, and I talk about these topics that lead to drugs, also that are parental divorce, rejection, addictions, pornography, insecurity, and all these things, where I try to connect people to their own hearts, to know what is actually causing them to look for a distraction, to look for healing in drugs. So, I'm really passionate for helping others. I love to listen to others, and I've been working in this past couple of years, and God has been great. I've had a lot of opportunities to connect with many youth around my country and different regions, and I've been helping. So that's my vision, just to help and help the youth find a better lifestyle that leads also to God.
Well, wonderful. Thank you so much for that, Mr. Mendoza.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get a bit more into the UNODC, Nathan, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so can you share with us a little bit of the experiences that you would have had there at the Youth Forum in Vienna, Austria? What were some of the key takeaways for you?
Man, honestly, going there was it blew my mind, to be honest. The mere fact that I was given the opportunity to go there. I'm a youth ambassador for National Council on Drug Abuse, so that's where most of my prevention work has come from, and I heard of the event happening through the company, and I was like, I want to be nominated. So I got nominated for it, and then I would have had this rigorous application process, write some long level essay questions, and
boy, I know how that can be.
Yes, exactly. And then I had to do an interview, and fingers crossed, and it happened, and everything went smoothly. And then on my way to Vienna, when I got there, first of all, it's a very beautiful place. I've never been to Europe before, and given the opportunity alone was enough. And at the UNODC, it's a gathering, I think it was about 33 of us from 25 countries. And it was at the Vienna International Center, where we all gathered and we spoke about our particular prevention strategies we use back home, the things we want to learn from each other, the things we want to learn from this forum and the UNODC, and meeting with some actual experts who work in these areas, whether through the World Health Organization and all that stuff, and meeting people like Rodolfo and who are so passionate about it, was so awesome. And when I was there, actually, was given the opportunity to actually speak at the opening ceremony.
Okay.
Before the chief directors of the UNODC, and also on the last day, I was given the opportunity, or voted in, to speak at the commencement of the forum at the CND. This was before the UN plenary of member states. So we basically, me and my colleague Suri from China, we spoke to them with a speech, and we basically just did our thing there. I'm so happy that I got to represent my country and represent this cause so greatly. So it was awesome, and those are really the highlights of my time there. It was really fun and really great and informative.
Sounds like
Wonderful.
the time. And you seem like quite the celebrity. It was wonderful. I'm happy that you have had this experience, because it just shows, where passion can take you, and it shows just your level of advocacy in that regard. Was there another question that you wanted to ask you?
Okay, so how exactly would you say that the forum would have influenced your understanding on global substance abuse? Because we're not really too versed on it. So you going out there and getting all that knowledge for us, what exactly would have changed under you? What did you learn from other participants, such as Rodolfo as well? What did you gain from that?
Well,
experience?
actually, when we were there, and we obviously spoke about our own home countries and what's going on there, and I realized there are some drugs I've never heard of that's very popular in China. And then there's some innovative strategies that they're using now in, for example, France, where I've heard of this thing where they don't smoke. They use nicotine patches and whatever it is, that type of stuff. So we learned about that. So now it's something that I know that we could possibly look out for here, because, if something I'm not foreign, about time it might get here at some point in time. So I've never heard of that. So I realized that. Then also being introduced further to the importance of social skills, which is something that in prevention work I had always had interest in, but I don't think I had focused enough on it. But realizing now that social skills are so important when it comes on to developing youth from an early age, it was really informative. And I remember Rodolfo's presentation at the conference, and that's what made me immediately think of him when I was going to do this interview, that hey, he needs to be on it. Because he works really hard in his country as well in terms of prevention and activism. But we learned a lot. We saw even strategies where some people use games to do drug prevention. So they have games where you identify drugs, and you get a prize after doing something like that, so you know what to look out for. Some games that they use VR headsets to simulate what a drug feels like, to make people, I guess, be sweated away from it. So I learned a whole lot from it, and it was really interesting.
I'm learning a whole lot right now. Just imagine if I was there.
Yeah.
Well, that's quite informative. But we want to touch with you, Mr. Mendoza. How about you? What was your experience like at the forum?
Well, it was amazing just meeting all the leaders from other countries, learning how more developed nations help people struggling with drugs and how to implement it in my country. Of course, Guatemala is a small country; it's not as developed as other European countries, So being there and just getting to meet all the leaders and how passionate they are, it was amazing. It was just such an amazing experience, and I was more than thankful for being there. And I think my key takeaways would be, well, I mean, Nathan mentioned a lot of them, but just learning the scientific side also, because I feel like how I work here in my country is more on an emotional side, but also learning the scientific side of drugs and how it affects someone's brain and everything. I think it really helped me to grow in that area, and now I feel like I can help and implement better things in my country for the youth. So It was amazing. As Nathan mentioned, I got to speak there and share about my story, about my work, and it was so cool. And Nathan was amazing. He actually delivered the speech for in the last day, and let me tell you, Jamaica, you're in good hands. He's such an amazing man. He's such an amazing man and such a good leader. I can see his passion, and I really admire him. Yeah.
Well, wonderful. But since you're talking to you here and now, Mr. Mendoza, I think probably we just start with you on this question. What do you believe are some effective strategies for preventing substance abuse among young people, and how can we implement them in our communities? Because you've been doing quite a bit of work over your end. So let us know what you think about that much.
I feel like people need to be, well, at least in my experience and in my country, as I see it, people need to be more aware of drugs and more educated, because people are not aware of the consequences, but also of why they are consuming them. Like it's such an easy way to escape, an easy route to follow when you're doing bad, when you have a problem, when you see you're having a family crisis or something. So I want to focus on teaching people like this is bad for you, this is not good for your health, this affects your brain, this affects your emotional side too. So I feel like, mm, well, it will depend on people, on the country, of course. But in my country, at least, I would continue doing my conferences. Probably try to do it more focus on the drug side, like the effects after consuming them, because that's what the forum actually helped me to, and just mixing the scientific and the emotional side. But I think just connecting with people. People need connection. They need to share a story, because we often see these situations, these problems, these issues as, oh yes, a lot of people are consuming drugs. Okay, but have you stopped to think about every person that is consuming drugs? Why are they doing it? How are they feeling? So I feel like if you wanna help people, you need to connect with them. You need to be vulnerable with them and learn how they are feeling and why are they running to drugs.
Well, and I think we discussed that earlier a bit, Rose. So we weren't far off at all, because we have to consider these factors just the very same. What's happening with this person, because you really can't just say, oh, no, because maybe they're just having something happening, that is leading them to do this thing, and that's probably the reason for such. But we're going to run to a quick break, and when we return, more conversations here with Mr. Mendoza and Mr. Morris. Soon come. Talk up youth, Miss Effie. Talk up youth. Soon come.
Another little bit of people talk bad for my name, but they never lose sight of me name. I better tomorrow. I better tomorrow. I better tomorrow.
Share in the experience at Fontana Pharmacy. We have a wide variety of items in store just for you. Fill your prescriptions while you shop. And senior citizens enjoy 10% off. Shop household, cosmetics, toys, and many other departments. We also offer curbside pickup and delivery. Visit our website at fontanapharmacy.com. Fontana Pharmacy, where it's all good inside.
Strong financial records are the backbone of every successful business. Let Dodge & Global handle your accounting needs, from bookkeeping to financial reporting, so you can focus on growth. Call us at 876-929-3670 or 876-926-5210. Email us at info@dodgen.global or visit us at dodgen.global. Dodge & Global, we make numbers work for you.
Talk up youth and talk the truth. I ask the bush that representing for Talk Up Youths, here and nationwide, 90 FM, every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Bush.
You will make a way. You have always made a way, God. Oh God. Oh God.
welcome back to the Talk Up With Radio Show right here on your radios at Nationwide 90 FM. And of course, you are listening to the voice of Nicholas Williamson, and alongside me here today is...
the engineer boss.
All right, fix it, people. Because of course, we are talking on a matter, on a topic that is of utmost importance, not only to young people, but persons of all ages. It is a topic of substance abuse, and we're here joined by Mr. Mendoza from Guatemala. And we would have read his bio earlier, but we can share the things about him. He's been very much advocating for that as much, in public schools and public spaces and churches, in that regard. And he would have represented him and Mr. Morris, who is here with us today, Nathan Morris, at the United Nations Office on Drug and Crime Forum in Vienna, Austria, the other day. And of course, you're talking to them about some strategies. Of course, that's where we left off. And Nathan, if you want to chip on that or just jump in on that much.
Yes, a lot of prevention strategies we have out there. But for me, as I've said multiple times in this interview, I love the social skills training. When you have children, talking about maybe age 5 or so, because I think in Jamaica, the last statistics that I saw when it comes on to tobacco initiation, I think it's ranging from age 5 to 19, and the median age is about maybe 12, 13, thereabouts. So the initiation happens that early. But from an early stage, when you have children in school, I feel like it's a major important aspect, and I believe everyone has a role to play in it. All of us, students, teachers, parents, police, everyone has a role, because it's a serious issue that we're facing. In our high schools, it's also a big issue. And at that point in time, you can still do the social skills, as always, but also the prevention in terms of reminding them of the dangers of these drugs. In Jamaica, vaping has become very popular. Alcohol has always been its thing, and marijuana as well, edibles in particular. Those have been on the rise in Jamaica. And I feel like public education, which is one of the things that National Council on Drug Abuse does or focuses on, is very important. And there's something that I'd love to do sometime in the future where we really train our teachers as well to identify the signs, know what's happening around you, know if a child may be using, and if they're using, how to help.
Wow.
So that type of stuff, there needs to be public education when it comes down to it. Kids are with teachers actively more than they're with their parents when they reach a certain age.
True that.
So peer influence becomes a greater thing in their life once they start going to school, not so much of their parents. So the earlier we start to prevent them through social skills, that's where I believe we should really start and target it.
Right, I completely agree. Thank you so much for that response. And for that reason, I want to piggyback on that much, because you mentioned how much important it is for everybody to really play a particular role in terms of support. Now, what role do you think community leaders, educators, and policymakers play in supporting substantive abuse prevention efforts in that regard? You can touch on that, and also ask Mr. Mendoza to chime in on that much.
Yeah, for example, like our community leaders, our young people, student leaders, policymakers, all them, they have obviously a very important role. One thing I enjoy the most about being a youth leader is the fact that I can empower my peers. And that's one thing that I believe is also very effective, because a lot of times young people are more inclined to listen to someone their age, because they say, oh, you understand my struggles. You may understand what I'm going through now, versus an older person might say, oh, you're not so stressed yet, and you don't know not about stress yet. That type of stuff. So we're likely to see that. So youth have a great impact, because the same youth are the ones that can cause negative peer pressure. So I believe youth have an impact for positive peer influence, right? Policymakers, the whole point I was going to the UNODC was really to work together as youth and put a collective message towards our policymakers so that they can make these decisions in their countries and keep youth in mind. So policymakers have the final say when it comes down to legislation and rules and regulations regarding substance use. So they have a very important role in it. And I feel like once they show the attention that needs to be shown towards this matter, then we may see a ripple effect throughout a society where we actually see this attention being shown to this matter, not just from the head, but everyone else.
No.
So
I completely agree. Thank you so much for that response, Mr. Morris. How about you, Mr. Mendoza? Because we're asking the same question. What role do you think community leaders, educators, and policymakers play in supporting substance abuse prevention efforts? Of course, in that regard, go right ahead.
Well, yeah, I feel like Nathan mentioned a lot of key aspects that are that like they take the final decision. But I feel like what we did at the forum was really important because we delivered that message, and we are just letting them know like we are here. People may listen to us because, as Nathan said, we they understand we understand the struggles of this age. You know, it's easier for someone that is struggling with drugs or peer pressure or anxiety or depression or something to listen to a friend, to listen to someone that is his age, you know. So if we empower leaders, and if we empower youth people to help other youth, it will be much easier then for policymakers to take decisions to guide, you know. So I feel like they play an important role in taking youth into consideration as well, also making us part of the solution. Because if the youth is also the problem, youth are consuming drugs, then why can't we be the solution as well? Why can't we be empowered by policymakers and they guide us, they teach us more things that we don't know, and then we go out to our communities, we go out to people our age, and then connect with them and help them to also be the solution, you know.
Definitely, definitely. And I think that level of involvement would be one of the more bigger challenges in terms of, actually preventing this drug abuse spectrum.
Right.
So actually, back to you, Mr. Mendoza, you have been one of those citizens that are actually, on the ground, on the field, actually making a change in your communities. What are some of the biggest challenges that you think we're facing currently in terms of substance abuse prevention efforts, and how can you overcome them?
Well, I feel like the challenges are the reasons, you know, because a lot of reasons why people run to drugs are out of their control, you know. So, for example, there is this guy that has two or three friends. His parents are getting divorced. He feels unsafe in his house. He has anxiety, depression, eating disorder, and he doesn't find peace anywhere. Not at school, not at his house. So what is this guy going to do? Run to a friend, and this friend comes and says, "Hey, you should try this. It will make you feel better." And then this guy will try it, and he will eventually fall into drugs or something, right? So I feel like the problem is that we are in the middle of a broken generation, if you can call it like that. We are facing so much challenges in social media, in family problems, in school pressure. So there are a lot of external conflicts that then will affect someone on the inside and run to drugs. That's why I mostly focus on the emotional side, because I know how much help we need as youth, how much we need to express our emotions, how much problems people just keep for themselves, and then they hurt themselves. They try to take their lives away instead of looking for a way out, for looking for help, you know, because they don't feel safe. So a challenge in my country, my perspective is that all the problems that guide people to drugs, the root problems, you know, that they cannot control. So we need to help them by connecting with them, by just mentoring them and
Yeah.
just listening. I feel like youth also need to be listened.
Definitely. And I feel
agree.
like that approach, actually getting to the source of it, can actually lead to even a larger scale of things, because that would actually try to find more under root cause and more root reasons, as you mentioned, we're in a broken household, things like the economics, things like the family structure in certain communities, certain nations, that can really push and increase the effect of the drug abuse, especially on the younger people, because they're the ones that are being most effective. So Nathan, what do you think is one of the more bigger challenges as well?
I agree wholeheartedly with Rodolfo. But one thing that I see here in Jamaica, like many other things, the investment is weak.
money.
We need to invest.
True that. I
Really
agree.
need to invest in these in the youth who are leading the charge. Invest in the corporations that are also leading the charge because the network needs to be expanded. The UNODC was one opportunity where I got to expand my network, which is great. That's why hence being able to connect with people from all over. But we need to be able to strengthen the core of our prevention strategies and basically invest more in our people. Listen to the people. I remember in the speech that I did, it said that with every statistic there's a story. Listen to the stories. We need to listen to the stories. Every person, we can't condemn them. You know, substance use or substance abuse is like a chronic illness. Or anybody who's addicted, it's like a chronic illness. For example, someone has hypertension. They need their meds to stay alive. If they stop using their meds, then something happens to them. So like someone who believes that they must be so dependent on a drug to go on their daily life, they need treatment, not condemnation.
Definitely.
So prevention strategies and treatment is something that's very important. And we need to treat these people without a stigma, because the stigma makes people shy away from getting help.
True, I agree.
So people need to know that it's a comfortable space where help is available. Go and get your help. It's completely fine. You will not face any stigma. But we need to have a wide-scale societal shift in order for something like that to really happen in its effect that it really should have.
Very much so, because how can we as individuals help to break down that stigma? Because very rarely, not even rarely, sorry, very commonly, as a matter, you'll see a mother pushing her child away from someone that's like a young person that's on the road smoking, like, don't be like him, you know, and that person's probably going through a lot. That person probably just watched their house burn down, probably just watched their mother die in front of them. They don't know what they're going through.
But my thing is, because some persons don't even see it as an issue.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
They just walk past it as a regular commodity.
Because
it's
I
so
feel
engraved and built in.
I feel like in today's generation, or just today's society in general, they don't see an issue with, you probably call it substance abuse. They just see it as a relief mechanism. They see it as just, okay, listen, I am going through this at this point in time. Whatever can help me to feel better, you know, give me that euphemism, like give me that feeling, you know,
and
whatever it
the
is.
community actually praises that. Praises that they're able to just keep it to yourself and take your drugs and not really test somebody else.
And Jamaica's party culture. I mean, it's so popular. It kind of normalizes.
Yes, exactly.
The use.
It normalizes
the music, the media. I mean, our music and our dancehall music that we hear so much. The message that's planted into it. When we hear explicitly the names of the drugs and what they do to people, the molly, the vaping, the weed, the everything. So all of that puts an image in the child's head, especially when they idolize a particular artist. And they hear this in their music. The artists have all the girls and the money and the cars. Maybe if I start with one thing that's accessible, the drugs, maybe I might get there one day to be what I'm idolizing. So I feel like it's a dangerous game that we're playing sometimes when it comes on to drug use. And Rodolfo mentioned the social media and media overall. Media has influence. We just have to use it correctly.
Right. Okay, so that's the solution right there. Use it correctly, and I completely endorse that much, and I hear it coming out from both of your conversations. Now, to close off the conversation, of course, I feel like it will resonate with the people more, of course, in sharing, you know, a personal story experience that has shaped your perspective on just substance abuse prevention. Nathan, I can start with you, and of course, we can go right to Mr. Mendoza.
Honestly, I've seen it a few times, whether in regular day-by-day passing, and realizing how it can shift or destroy someone's life. From there, I've really realized whether coming in contact with them or whether even in just seeing how alcohol or marijuana may do someone. They may not be completely destroyed or irreparable, whatever it is, but seeing the effect it has had on people, or it continues to have on people, was something that made me completely steer away from it. Whether someone gets violent, or whether someone continues his habit to the point where they may have cancer, or things like that. That at a young age, when I would have seen that, it kind of made me like, whoa, all right, this is something that I will completely steer away from. And I feel like it's a method. Well, it's a method that worked for me, even though it wasn't like, you know, say, oh, this is what I'm showing you as an example. It's something that I saw and I recognized. I feel like even though with this with our generation and maybe a little younger than us, maybe we need to maybe shift the strategy a little bit, because it's more so how they've seen it so much, and in COVID, them being home, the initiation became so much easier because it's surrounding them. So there are so many things that have happened that makes us have to kind of pivot our strategy. So currently, that's what I'm working on. So I really hope to continue to work with NCDA to build something especially geared towards youth and led by youth.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that, Mr. Morris. I'd probably want to ask you a different question, Mr. Mendoza, to just close off. What do you think is the most important lesson you've learned in your work on substance abuse prevention, and how has it impacted your approach as such? You can go right ahead with that one.
I think that there is always hope. There is always a bigger future. God always has something more for the person that is struggling. I feel like as a society, we condemn and we judge someone if they're struggling with these addictions. But what I've learned is that God always has something more. And if you believe in the person that you can help them, they can go out and be better. And there's always hope. There's always a future. And I learned that. I had this experience once I was in a school. It was a big school, like around 900 students. And when I finished my conference, a guy walks up to me and he says, "Can you pray for me, please?" And he started crying. I'm like, "Yes, what happened?" And he tells me that he tried to take his life away last week, and that he has been battling with addictions and doesn't know what to do, and he has no hope. And after that, I got to pray for him. We prayed together. We stayed in touch on Instagram, and just looking at the other side beyond the drugs, that there's always something bigger, that God doesn't want a young man to be stuck in drugs. He has a future plan for him.
Yeah.
But sometimes we focus more on the things in this world, on the just fitting in or healing our pain, but if people just learn how to look beyond that point and learn how to run towards God and find hope or find something, I know that there's a bigger future. So that's what I've learned and what I mostly focus on.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Mendoza. Thank you. We both thank you and Mr. Morris for your conversation with us today. I know you probably would want to share, just some ways persons can connect in that regard. Of course, if it's that they're struggling with substance abuse.
Yeah. Absolutely. You can always just go and contact National Council on Drug Abuse for support. You can call this number. It's 876-564-HELP or 876-564-4357. So just call them if you need any help, any young people, anyone out there who wants any more information or help in terms of substance use, can always contact them. And you can also find National Council on Drug Abuse at Drug Free JA on all our Instagram, TikTok, all those socials to get more information on the cause. So let's promote a happy, healthy, drug-free Jamaica.
Wonderful, thank you so much. And for those who don't understand the word substance, probably sound too fancy for you all. Can you let them know in that regard, what you're actually referring to when you say substance?
So when we say substance, we're usually just talking about drugs. Anything that is used to create that I guess a dopamine or whatever effect. So think about the vaping, the cigarettes, the marijuana,
yes,
the alcohol. That's what I refer to.
Yeah, man.
So and the Molly and ecstasy.
All of that.
Yeah, that stuff,
all of that much. That is what Mr. Morris and Mr. Mendoza has been referring to today. And of course, they would have, been advocating and championing the cause for these initiatives and wanting. And bear in mind, people, these are young people. They've recognized that this is an issue and they want to help people who are struggling with these issues to not only just say, it's a problem, but also there is a solution. For that much, we thank them for being with us today. And of course, Mr. Mendoza, he is from Guatemala. He's an 18-year-old youth leader, singer, international Christian speaker, and he would have been definitely advocating for that much in his country, and would have definitely shared at the youth forum. And also Mr. Nathan Morris, who is a passionate youth leader in Jamaica, who would have been an activist on drug prevention, and for that reason he would have also represented Jamaica because himself all the time, because Mr. Mendoza say represented us well, so I have to give him a clap for that much, at the national at the United Nations Office on Drug and Crime Youth Forum in Vienna, Austria. Thank you so much for being with us today, gentlemen.
Thank you so much for having me.
And of course,
Thank you.
Reach out to the people if it is that you are struggling, because of course, if it is that you are struggling, there's always a solution that can be able to help you, and we're all about that much. We're going to run to a break. When we return, more conversations on this side. We're going to, what they call it, Youth for Chat or Bust the Youth?
Bust the Youth.
We're going to bust the youth. No more Youth for Chat. Youth for Chat, we did that before. We're going to bust the youth, and when we return, more conversations from us and our Bust the Youth guests. Soon come back. Talk up youth, Miss Evie. Talk up youth. Bye-bye.
Jesus fight for me. You are Jehovah Nissi. You will never Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Tear down the walls of Jericho. So I know you will take good care of me. God of the valley, the mountains and the sea. So I will not worry. You will make a way for me. Powerful and mighty, you provide all of my needs. Through the storms I will
Talk up youths. Hey. Oh yeah, boy. Listen. Right about now, we want to tell them. We tell them, say youths, you have to stand for your rights now. Now is the time. Youth for chat and youth for act and youths for unite right now. No silence. You youth. You have to stand for your rights now. Now is the time.
Hiring is tough. You spend weeks, maybe months searching but still can't find the right fit. And even when you do, onboarding, payroll, and benefits become another headache. Stop wasting time. Let Talent Box Caribbean do the work at a fraction of the cost. From sourcing to interviewing, we do it all. Don't settle for the wrong hire. Schedule your strategy call today. Call 876-960-0066 or visit www.talentboxcaribbean.com. Talent Box Caribbean, connection made easy.
Maxfield Bakery for breads and buns and bullets too. It's Maxfield Bakery for the best Easter bun. You know that's
Maxfield Easter Bun, the juicy fruity Easter bun. Order online and send abroad at maxfieldbakery.com or call Maxfield Bakery at 926-2160 or 929-3897 and get yours before they're done. Scatter says so.
Exciting news! The Design Studio Nationwide 90 FM just got a whole lot bigger. Join us this and every Saturday now from 1 to 3 p.m. for an exclusive show that elevates your home, mind, and soul. Discover the latest interior design trends to create your dream sanctuary. Unlock your true potential with personal growth strategies. Nourish your body and spirit with expert wellness tips. Don't miss out on the inspiration you need to live your best life. Tune in to the Design Studio this and every Saturday from 1 to 3 p.m. and take the first step towards a more fulfilling you.
Make me sweat, make me harder.
Tune in to Outside with Pepita and Honeybee from 2 to 5 p.m. as we broadcast live from Megamart, 29 Upper Waterloo Road on Saturday, April 5. Outside with Pepita and Honeybee plus Megamart equals Mega Vibes. Come on down to Megamart Waterloo for the grand launch of their Mega Wheels 2 promotion, Easter fun, and more. Outside with Pepita is doing it mega with Mega Wheels 2 at Megamart. Don't miss the Mega Vibes, the Mega Specials, and the Mega Wheels. That's a live outside broadcast at Megamart with Pepita alongside Honeybee this Saturday, April 5 from 2 to 5 p.m. Catch us at 29 Upper Waterloo Road, Kingston, or tune in to Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media.
Tune in to Cliff Hughes Online on April 16 from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. as we broadcast a groundbreaking ceremony for the Raintree Commercial Development. Raintree Commercial Complex aligns with UDC's goal of developing urban spaces. On 108 acres at Block 1, it will offer commercial and light industrial opportunities, creating 2,000 short-term and 5,000 long-term jobs, benefiting the Caymanas community. So tune in to Cliff Hughes Online on April 16 from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. for this groundbreaking activity. It's the groundbreaking ceremony for the Raintree Commercial Development. Also catch the live stream on Nationwide's YouTube channel at Nationwide Live 2. All this and more only on Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media. This broadcast is brought to you by the Urban Development Corporation.
Big news! The Big Bite Food Safety Show now airs on Nationwide 90 FM with your host, Alison Richards, the Food Safety Girl. Join Alison every Tuesday from 1 to 2 p.m. as she serves up expert advice, tips, and insights on everything food safety. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and remember, food safety is everybody's business. Don't miss a bite of the action. Tuesdays at 1 p.m. only on Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media. In our next episode, we are uncovering food delivery, the hidden risks and how to protect yourself.
This is Nikisha Barnes representing for Talk Up Radio, a Talk Up Youth production held every Saturday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Talk Up Youth, myself, Talk Up Youth.
See me tell them the West Indies, yes. Anything you may do, I'ma do. I will flex past street, eh. I know, so we got it all night. All we need are the rum and the ice, and the high grade a bubble in the pipe. We are right out tonight, me high, oh God. Do we dosaki cap, me chip powder queen, the so thick. Watch ya, no one a go no clip. Burn around, pull me teeth, Toby will knock it, yeah. But you know I love we happy, so no ramp with the thing. Do not mess with the link, oh God. Jamaica, where we from, and Africa it a the motherland. And where me from, where them hearts, see me tell them the West Indies, yeah. Anything we go do, and we flex past street, yeah. I know, so we got it all nice. All I need are the rum and the ice, and the high grade a bubble in the pipe. We are right out tonight, me high, oh God.
Alright, welcome back to the Talk Up With Radio Show right here on the revolutionary station that is Nationwide 90 FM. And of course, we're in our Bust the Youth segment. People, I gotta tell you, talent enough. And I'm sure you would have heard the track before, or the track that is playing currently, and that is from our Bust the Youth artist today. And I feel like, Jamaica has a lot of, talent, And today we're going to hear from somebody who has a lot of talent, and his name is Jaden Chambers, also known as the Creative Outlaw. Jamaican-born artist in Portmore, and shaped by life between there and Aki Walk. Mm-hmm. Music has always been his escape. He started playing at 6 and wrote his first song at 9. Later, he discovered his deep musical roots by his grandfather, and that is Hopeton Lewis. I'm getting that right.
Yeah, man.
Yes,
Yeah, man.
right there. He was a rock steady pioneer. And of course, his father helped him to build the iconic Exterminator sound system. Their legacy now inspires his mission to live up to the standard that he has lived up to today. Of course, the style isn't boxed into one genre, as you're probably going to hear it through his music thus far. It's just to spread good vibes, love, positivity, and of course, the project Indies, I get that right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, right there. So celebrates Caribbean culture and everyone, to connect with just its energy thus far. Welcome, sir. How you doing today?
Respect. Great. How are you today?
Yeah, man, we are right. Of course, we're always ecstatic to hear talent.
Yeah.
And of course, we want to hear a little bit about who you are. Let the people know who you are. We kind of give a bit of gist of who you are. Can you mention a bit, of how it was back in the day, some music for you? Because we want to know, from the idea, the knee part coming up to this, this very juncture of your life. Go right ahead.
So from them time, as I say, idea knee settings, where the music. I guess it started out with dub poetry. That's where it started, and I still the dub poetry, acting, all of that. But starting out with that and just start going into choir and all of them things there from primary school, me just develop a deep love for music. So from them time, them actually know exactly what I want to do with my life.
Yeah.
You see what I say? So we're living at the dream now, so it's a great thing.
Yeah, man, it's really good, and I can hear the passion. From that time, people will have music from from that time up until now. You can hear it out of the music. You can hear the professionalism, the formality of how it is. And I touched on your bio. You say you're not boxed into one genre. What does that look like for you? Because I know when you say not boxed into one genre, that means you do a little bit of here and there.
Yeah, alright. So with us, to I love music, I try just touch everything. So like, we'll approach a song and say it's a dancehall rhythm, but with the reggae, zine, we are going to throw reggae upon the dancehall rhythm. We'll probably swing a little jazz or R&B, Afrobeat, whatever it may be, just what I'm feeling at the moment, you know. So I try and get up and say, alright, I'm going to put out just reggae music or just dancehall music. We just create music. So if you play a rhythm right now on a jazz, we'll probably work with it and we'll push out a jazz song next week,
Yeah, that sounds good. and it's fascinating to me because now I am more wanting to know what is like the writing process like for you. Because I know some people say, especially based on how you expressed it just a while ago, some people might say, all right, then based on the situation at hand, that's how they write, based on the problem, man left them, the woman left them.
Yeah, man. Alright, so it is our experience, but it doesn't have to be my experience. So like, I can be here today and observe a situation with you and say you're a partner, and just from the situation I'm observe today, what my experience right there and then, write something off for it. So like, my producers, them, boy, sometimes them get frustrated in the studio. them rather when I write at home and come studio, because I'm at the studio and where I work, them love it, but it's a lot of work. You see what I say? It's a lot of work, because we try, as we say, if we're going to touch jazz, we don't want to just say, yo, we're going to touch jazz. We want it actually sound like, we want you to get that jazz feeling there. So man say, so yeah, man, it takes a lot more work. It takes a lot more work, because you have to be very meticulous with it. But good vibes, same way, man. Experience. Sometimes we just feel like to tell a story. And we just write a story in the form of music. So it's from various avenues.
Alright, so having that level of versatility, and not being boxed in, who would you say kind of inspired you in terms of artists to have that style? Who really put you on that forefront? Who do you take inspiration from?
Alright, so
or is it just all over the place?
Yeah, I'm all over the place. Definitely all over the place. So like, first and foremost, Cranman, Chronics, everybody don't know.
Good.
Man, I'm my artist. Them man, they actually touch whole heap of different genre, even if it's on a feature or whatever. So definitely Cranman, you can speak about somebody like even Drake's versatility, like just how him can divert all over the place in all sorts of genre. Really, those stuff really inspire me. So work with them thing there. But as it relates to artists, all over the place, man. We can go Ben King, we can go way back, and we can come forward to brand new artists like 450. Just all over the place. Can't call two artists.
Yeah, I see. But I appreciate just you sharing with us thus far. Man. But I feel like I love to ask the question about aside from inspiration and all of that, but just the impact of music, in general. can you talk to us a little bit about just the impact of music, you know, only on your life but on the lives of others, the reception of the music that you have produced and made, created? How has the people been receptive to that much? You know, how has that been so far?
Very great. First and foremost, I realize accomplished a very or I say vital part of my music mission thus far, and it's just for make music where people can enjoy. You know, in a sense where in a have you think about something too much, it have you in a carry no other mood but joy. Like enjoyment. You want to feel nice right now, you throw on that project there, and it's just a positive vibes go straight through. So the mindset is one positive mindset. I have a song that called Papa G. I realize say, you know, the fans, everybody really love that song there because the message behind it and how it really made them feel. I remember one of my friends linked me and say, yo, you know, see that song, yeah, it really in my gospel playlist. I said, gospel playlist. But when we really listen it, you know, it's a gospel song. It's actually a gospel song, you know, so all over. Again, all over.
I see that much. But I know you have some tracks here for us today, and you're going to do something live.
Yeah, man.
So he's gonna do something live for us. And can you tell us a little bit about that one? Because you had the indies playing earlier. Give us a bit of background and just that much, and then the one that you're going to do here right now.
The one that was playing earlier was West Indies.
Yes.
Alright, West Indies. It was the final song written for that project. In the Indies is a project. It's a Caribbean-based project released about 4 months ago. Really just for the Caribbean and for people who love the Caribbean. You know, you go up on vacation to the Caribbean, you want to start feel the Caribbean vibes, throw it on. You're the overbroad and you miss yard, you throw it on. So West Indies was just a song to get the entire Caribbean together. You see what I say in one song, like the entire West Indian vibes. It's not just being a Jamaican for me or even having African descent. It's about being a West Indian man, the identity of being a West Indian. So yeah, man, so we push forward that song, the West Indies.
Alright, cool, sounds good. Alright, so which one are you going to sing for us now?
Anyone, I don't know which one.
He's doing after the break.
Alright, so you want to do the break and then we come back and have him do that much?
Yeah, we should give the audience a bit of time to
alright, let's give you all a bit of suspense, so you keep you on the edge of your seat, so you really honestly can't move, you know. So if you move, you're going to miss it. So we soon come back. This is the Talk Up Youth Radio Show, Youth-led Talk Up Youth production. Stay tuned for more Talk Up Youth, Miss Effie. Talk Up Youth. Alright, soon come back.
The West Indies, some of flex past street, pull up in a bare jeans and a clocks on my feet, and you know so the rasta clean. Them a ask some need so, beat them smooth like a calypso. From my mom make share TikTok. Reggae music, I wish you feel. Vibes, I wish you need. Oh God, from where them ask me, tell them the West Indies, yeah. Anything you will do, I'ma do. I will flex past street, yeah. I know so got it all nice. All we need are the rum and the ice, and the high grade a bubble in the pipe. We alright, got tonight, we alright.
Tune in to Outside with Pepita and Honeybee from 2 to 5 p.m. as we broadcast live from Megamart, 29 Upper Waterloo Road on Saturday, April 5. Outside with Pepita and Honeybee plus Megamart equals Mega Vibes. Come on down to Megamart Waterloo for the grand launch of their Mega Wheels 2 promotion, Easter fun, and more. Outside with Pepita is doing it mega with Mega Wheels 2 at Megamart. Don't miss the Mega Vibes, the Mega Specials, and the Mega Wheels. That's a live outside broadcast at Megamart with Pepita alongside Honeybee this Saturday, April 5 from 2 to 5 p.m. Catch us at 29 Upper Waterloo Road, Kingston, or tune in to Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media.
Who shops at Creative Building Finishes? You, the homeowner who creates luxurious spaces with our floor and wall tiles. The contractor and builder who are convinced that our ceramic tiles are right for the job. The architect and designer who make dreams come true with our wood look and porcelain tiles. Superior customer service, knowledgeable staff, inviting showroom, and you get where this is going, right? Shop 5 Red Hills Road or call 876-929-5553. Get tiles, get Creative Building Finishes.
Yout.
Strong financial records are the backbone of every successful business. Let Dodge and Global handle your accounting needs from bookkeeping to financial reporting so you can focus on growth. Call us at 876-929-3670 or 876-926-5210. Email us at info@dodgen.global or visit us at dodgen.global. Dodgen Global, we make numbers work for you.
With so much to do in one location, make Megamart your one-stop shop. Pick up your groceries and houseware needs, grab a bite and pay some bills, fill your prescriptions and see the beauty products in our pharmacy. All in one amazing location. My Megamart, the best value by far.
Hop into action this Easter with a loan from Chris and Charles. Borrow $575,000 or more with payments starting at just $12,595. Whether you're renovating, consolidating debt, or investing in your future, we've got you covered with fast processing, unbeatable rates, and exceptional service. Better hurry. Just like Easter buns, this offer won't last. Call 876-926-0609 or visit chrisandcharles.com today. When you think loans, think Chris and Charles.
Talk up youth and talk the truth. I ask the bush that representing for Talk Up Youths here and nationwide, 90 FM, every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Bush!
Papa G, I've made mistakes each and every day. Forgive me of my sins and guide me in the streets, and you know so we not go stray. Loving I pray, oh I'm on pray each and every day. Wake up, step out, the sun shining for me. Re-bless, we no worry about money. I fi count my blessing, I'm done with the stressing. Now you know, say we not go stray. Too far from me loving, I pray, oh I'm on pray each and every day. Yeah, make a cup of tea, touching all the streets, music and acting me a pray.
Alright, that was Papa G by the one and only man himself in studio today. That is Jaden Chambers, aka the Creative Outlaw, that is here in studio today with us. Of course, talent and a bag of things, we're talking about, because he would have let us know before that he's not, boxed into one area. He's all about ensuring that you have the vibes and the vibration, feeling good and positive vibe and energy, all the time. And we're all about that much because it shows the artistry, behind the person. Because sometimes, when you do one thing, it really not impact as many lives as you would want to impact. You know them? He's an outlaw. I kind of see the plate on the name right there. But before we're going to go into a track that you have, you're going to sing something for us.
Stay so.
Yeah, alright. Stay so. And we're going to have the people here because, of course, they have been waiting, here on Talk Up Youth. The suspense kill them. You know them way. So they're going to actually hear who is the talent today in studio, and that's the man himself. That is the Creative Outlaw. Go right ahead with that one.
Tell me if you cut me if you stay too. Me no know, boy, you. Stay so, oh she stay so. Oh you stay so. Make up to break up, make love in the night as morning light. I'ma wake up. Round 2, round 3, just make up your mind. Can you tell me if you cut and me if you stay too? Me no know, boy, you. Know but all me know is girl, all me want is you. Hey, no do me that. Looking at me as my girl, you no do me that. Memories in my mind just a relapse. And when you come around, your love me no feel that. And anytime when you gone, you me mismatch. Me see up on me Insta, me TikTok. Posting all the love posts on your Twitter. To how me bold, my girl, me retweet. I stay so cool. Make up to break up of. In the night as morning light, I'ma wake up. Round 2, round 3, just make up your mind. Can you tell me if you cut and if you stay too? Me no know, boy, you. Me not know but all me know is girl. Hey, you want me touch up your yeah, you know me no cripple. Just fling it back on the scribble. Give you a penny a triple. And anywhere where me buck you, me want to kiss you one. The missing piece to me puzzle lay down and snuggle you, my boo. Really want you say I do. Would I love it if you say I do? When I bring that ring to you, where stay so? Make up to break up, have sex in the night as morning light. I'ma wake up, round 2, round 3, just make up your mind. Cause you telling me if you cut and if you stay too. Me no know, 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 me no know about you. Me no know but all me know is girl, all me want is you.
All right, that was a good one. That was a good one by the man himself, the creative outlaw. No, the thing is, you know, the man in love, you know. The man in love, you hear love coming out right there. Now I want to hear briefly the background behind all this because boy, man in love.
Yo, I feel like alright, the background behind this, all our experience it, you know. At least I feel like as man, most of our experience it, you know.
Like me that show somewhere.
Yeah, you know what? So it's like a lot of girls indecisive. Them not really sure them want. So them want you today, but them not want you tomorrow.
Trouble.
So you know, it's a case where tonight we good, you know, we make love, everything sweet. Tomorrow morning, I cuss me and tell myself to come out of the house. Like,
wicked.
like, oh, you stay, so just make up your mind, please.
Yeah.
Where you want me or you don't want me? You want me there, sir? Or you don't want me there, so oh, you stay, sir.
Right. I love it, man. So in terms of collaboration going forward, though, what does the future look like for you, the creative outlaw?
In terms of collab have already, or just
future plans, projects,
and everything.
Future plans. As I'm telling already, I offer the music with Cranman.
Okay.
Zine. You know, me have some brethren where like King Eyes them and them one day where I do some tune with.
Okay.
Actually, I have something supposed to have for a real tune with Souls. You know, so yeah, man.
Okay.
Music for, but in terms of like collaborations with outside people, holy, more collab with everybody. More collab with Kess. More go soca calypso.
Yeah.
More if Chris Brown want to do something, we'll do something too. You know me and say,
Hear
sister,
that?
anybody. Yeah, just make them know say the outlaw active, man.
All right, no problem, G. We appreciate that. And the people them who are listening, you know, get them a chance because of course they hear the talent. The talent is really here. For persons to find you on social media, where they can find the creative outlaw.
Alright, so you can find me on all social media at Jayden Chambers X. That's JAYDEN Chambers X. Every single social media.
All right, truly appreciate it, man. Listen, you have a talent in the studio today that is the man himself, Jayden Chambers, the creative outlaw, and we had a wonderful conversation today, Rose. It was good, right? You know, from the conversation surrounding substance abuse with Nathan and Mr. Mendoza, you know, who have represented Jamaica in that capacity, and aside from that, he represented Guatemala in that capacity, respectively. It was a wonderful conversation. Now we have, you know, in studio today, the man himself, Mr. You know, Jayden Chambers, creative outlaw, you know, would have shared just his musical journey and inspiration with us today. You know, moving forward, you know, Rose, I think we probably have to explore the music industry, you know. Yeah, man, can try like a thing, man. Try like a thing, you know, them ways.
Mr. Outlaw said I'm ready to collaborate with anybody.
Yes, if you're ready right now,
it's the thing. But we want to, you know, before we go, because we're going to close off now, we're on the hour, and before we go, we're going to thank so much everybody who would have been here on the show with us thus far, and we're going to have you close up with something, if that's possible. Yeah, David, you know, we can have him close up with something, if that's possible. I want to thank so much, you know, the man himself beside us today, Engineer Boss. Him changed up, you know, because before we never know which part him there, you know. He was engineer, he was producer, we don't know which one he want to be, but he is the engineer boss today, Damien Rose. And aside from that, I'm Nicholas Williams, and I want to thank so much our executive producer, that is Madame Empress Golin, and of course Nationwide 90 FM. Our producers today, Damien Scarlett and Damien Rose, and myself, Nicholas Williamson, and engineer himself over there, the man himself, David McNeish. And on behalf of Talk Up Youth, everybody, Nationwide family, I want to wish for you a safe and restful weekend. Until next weekend, people. But we're going to ensure we close out with what? A bang bang and a bing bing. And, you know, so he's gonna do West Indies for us this afternoon before he goes. So enjoy the performance, and then of course we'll see you all next week, same time, same place, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Yeah, Talk Up Youth, myself, and Talk Up Youth next week.
Yeah, man, you know what Jayden represent for Talk Up Youths. Ba-da-da, ba-da-da. them ask me tell them the West Indies, yeah. Hey, anything we go do, you mun do it and flex past street, yeah. I know so we got it all night. All we need are the and the ice. And a bubble in the pipe. We are right car tonight, me high, oh God. You know it a kick, just a kick up, put your border queen, they so thick. Watch ya, no one know. But no ramp with me, think I'll compute with that, yeah. You know I love we are pre, so no ramp with the thing. Do no mess with the link, oh God. Jamaica, where me from. And Africa, it a the motherland, where me from. When them ask me, tell them the West Indies, yes. Hey, anything we go do, you mun do it and flex past street, yeah. I know so we got it all night. All we need are the vibes and the ice. And the high grade a bubble in the pipe. We are right car tonight, me high, oh God.
That was the Indies by the man himself, the Creative Outlaw. Until next week, talk of youth, Mr. V. Talk of youth. Bye-bye.
This is Nikisha Barnes representing for Talk Up Radio, a Talk Up Youth production held every Saturday 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Talk Up Youth, myself, Talk Up Youth.
Talk up youths. Hey. Oh yeah, boy. Listen. Right about now, we want to tell them. We tell them, say youths, you have to stand for your rights now. Now is the time. Youth for chat and youth for act and youth for unite right now. No silence. You youth. You have to stand for your rights now. Now is the time.
Share in the experience at Fontana Pharmacy. We have a wide variety of items in store just for you. Fill your prescriptions while you shop. And senior citizens enjoy 10% off. Shop household, cosmetics, toys, and many other departments. We also offer curbside pickup and delivery. Visit our website at fontanapharmacy.com. Fontana Pharmacy, where it's all good inside.
Hiring is tough. You spend weeks, maybe months searching but still can't find the right fit. And even when you do, onboarding, payroll, and benefits become another headache. Stop wasting time. Let Talent Box Caribbean do the work at a fraction of the cost. From sourcing to interviewing, we do it all. Don't settle for the wrong hire. Schedule your strategy call today. Call 876-960-0066 or visit www.talentboxcaribbean.com. Talent Box Caribbean, connection made easy.
Maxfield Bakery for breads and buns and bullets too. It's Maxfield Bakery for the best Easter bun. You know that's
Maxfield Easter Bun, the juicy fruity Easter bun. Order online and send abroad at maxfieldbakery.com or call Maxfield Bakery at 926-2160 or 929-3897 and get yours before they're done. Scatter says so.
Tune in to Cliff Hughes Online on April 16 from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. as we broadcast the groundbreaking ceremony for the Raintree Commercial Development. Raintree Commercial Complex aligns with UDC's goal of developing urban spaces. On 108 acres at Block 1, it will offer commercial and light industrial opportunities, creating 2,000 short-term and 5,000 long-term jobs, benefiting the Caymanas community. So tune in to Cliff Hughes Online on April 16 from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. for this groundbreaking activity. It's the groundbreaking ceremony for the Raintree Commercial Development. Also catch the live stream on Nationwide's YouTube channel at Nationwide Live 2. All this and more only on Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media. This broadcast is brought to you by the Urban Development Corporation.
Tune in to Outside with Pepita and Honeybee from 2 to 5 p.m. as we broadcast live from Megamart, 29 Upper Waterloo Road on Saturday, April 5. Outside with Pepita and Honeybee plus Megamart equals Mega Vibes. Come on down to Megamart Waterloo for the grand launch of their Mega Wheels 2 promotion, Easter fun, and more. Outside with Pepita is doing it mega with Mega Wheels 2 at Megamart. Don't miss the Mega Vibes, the Mega Specials, and the Mega Wheels. That's a live outside broadcast at Megamart with Pepita alongside Honeybee this Saturday, April 5 from 2 to 5 p.m. Catch us at 29 Upper Waterloo Road, Kingston, or tune in to Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media. Exciting news! The Design Studio on Nationwide 90 FM just got a whole lot bigger. Join us this and every Saturday now from 1 to 3 p.m. for an exclusive show that elevates your home, mind, and soul. Discover the latest interior design trends to create your dream sanctuary. Unlock your true potential with personal growth strategies. Nourish your body and spirit with expert wellness tips. Don't miss out on the inspiration you need to live your best life. Tune in to the Design Studio this and every Saturday from 1 to 3 p.m. and take the first step towards a more fulfilling you.
Make me sweat, make me harder.
Attention all data protection enthusiasts. Tune in to Nationwide 90 FM every Tuesday at 8:20 a.m. and Thursday at 8:25 a.m. for a new program, Data Protection Matters. Starting June 4, 2024, join us as we delve into crucial topics that will keep you informed and compliant. Data Protection Matters is hosted by Chuck Cameron, founder of Design Privacy, your trusted partner in data protection. Don't miss out. That's every Tuesday morning at 8:20 and every Thursday at 8:25 a.m. Stay protected, stay informed with Nationwide 90 FM and Design Privacy.
Don't miss the BH Paints Mania Mega Sale. Save up to 25% off BH Caulk, plus up to 20% off select Permaflat and Excel Flat Emulsion White Paints. From now until April 30, deals at a steal at BH stores and participating hardwares. Don't wait until the last minute. Stocks are limited. Get to your nearest store and save up to 25% off only with BH Paints.
Open an account with the Insurance Employees Cooperative Credit Union today and enjoy attractive savings products and affordable loans with low rates and minimal fees. Membership is open to employees and clients of insurance companies, building societies, and financial service entities. Visit ieccu.com or call 876-906-5362 in Kingston or 876-979-6516 in Montego Bay. The Insurance Employees Cooperative Credit Union, a union of possibilities.
You're in the Design Studio with the Design Diva, Karen Booker.